Happy Friday, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here, and it's Socialites Day. So we have a Socialites block, a little UFO talk, a little roundup and walk through the studio, and I want to show you a few cross-stitch things I spotted out there, plus what I'm working on. So Socialites today is called Steadfast. Makes me think of something very sturdy, like, I don't know, farmers or something. They're very steadfast. I don't know. So here's the block. I've got it up on, I have got it on a mini design board. Usually I have one that's a little bigger. I think it's a 14-inch, but it's in use, which means I need another 14-inch. So I really like this. And steadfast, let's see, what can we do today for steadfast? I think slow and steady. That's, and I know that's not steadfast, but just a little, I don't know, pep talk, slow and steady. Sometimes we rush through things. I know I do a lot, and then I don't end up enjoying what I'm doing. So one of the things that I'm doing right now for slow and steady, at least this is my excuse, is my cross stitch, is I'm not rushing it. It's like I'm not really working to a heavy deadline for anything. I'm just doing it. So like I miss St. Patrick's Day and I get that part finished the next day. I decide to take out one color and put another color in. You know, so that's where I'm doing slow and steady. Now, if you have something that you want to enjoy and you found that you're kind of rushing on it, maybe today look at that and take a step back and evaluate, you know, like, maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I want to be a little bit more intentional about that. So, okay, that's my philosophy for today on Friday. And here is our block. It's nice and easy with my Morrison Park, the green for March, green for March. So in the arena of UFOs, I have got my Florida quilt back here. And it is too big. It is bed size. I cannot hold this up myself, but I am going to show you the quilting on it so that you can see that part. Let me just move the camera up. So, there we go. It's sort of a, I don't know, it's a fan, but it's a little bit Art Deco-y, which I really like. And I think it goes with the fabric lines really well. And being a fan shape, it also feels a little bit more tropical, which this is the Florida fabric. This will be for my bed. And I really want to put the binding on that next. That is my goal, to get the binding on there next. All right, I have my block, my March Hope block. So once again, I used Greg's shirt. That's what the little pineapples are. So if you have a shirt around that you can use for your quilt, do it. It is so much fun. Super fun. All right, I want to talk about the quilt on the wall, which I've been making. I don't know, I just got in my head that that would be a fabulous quilt using the block from the warmest spot in our home is Sew Along. And I'm ready. I got all the blocks done. I've got one stuck over there on the side, but down the bottom, you know, that would go behind the red, you can't see it, behind the red cabinet there would be that block up in the corner. So they're all there. Now I need to do sashing. So I thought about a solid. Because I'm not sure I want white. I've tried white on that far side. I'll put a picture up here. It is, it doesn't do anything for me. It's got a little blue speckle in it, but it doesn't do anything for me. But I went and got the Morrison Park blue with the dots. And that's a little bit darker blue than this. And I'm thinking that is it. Plus, I'm also thinking a narrow border, like maybe 1 1/4, something like that. Not 1 inch might be too small, or it might be 1 1/2 finished. But not a 2 inch. I want to just, you know, I don't want to have a real big focus. I want to have it real narrow. If you remember my traffic jam I did with the narrow red sashing, that is the feeling that I'm going for. Just enough to separate them. And then I would put like a navy dot in the cornerstones, like here, you know, where the intersection is. Put navy to pull that navy in from the other blocks. So that is my thought. I don't know what you think, but you can tell me. So I'm also indecisive on my background for World Peace, which comes on Saturday. It's marvelous. We'll have World Peace finally on Saturday, at least for quilters all around the world. And I had the aqua to go with the Easter egg fabric. One of our friends, so here's the aqua. One of our friends suggested that maybe lavender would be really pretty. Here's one of the Easter egg fabrics, and that would be lovely for a background. It's kind of not my thing, so I don't usually have yardage of shades of purple, light, dark, medium. I basically just have fat quarters or half yard pieces, so I do not have enough yardage to do the background of World Peace in these colors. But it does look darn good, so that if you, let me just get another piece out here. Like here, look. Doesn't that look fabulous? Yeah, it really looks good. So then when I was holding this, I thought, well, what if I did the blue? What if I did a blue? Maybe I to see what other shades of blue I have, because I do have a few of those. And then I could use that mint green, because that would go with the blue. The mint green just does not go with the aqua. It's just clashy. But there we go. So I am thinking maybe I'll go hunt through my blues and find a blue. It's always, and I don't want to come down to the wire, because today I want to cut everything so that tomorrow on Saturday I can sew everything. That would be a lovely plan. I know I won't finish the World Peace on Saturday because I have other work to do. And I had to go see my dad for his birthday in the evening. We're going to go sit in the garage. All right, serendipity cross stitch. Let me just tell you a few cross stitch things. I decided to get that going. I have the little needle keeper for it, which is so pretty. I just love that they do these special ones. Here is the cross stitch for serendipity for the charity quilt along, which supports Make-A-Wish. And what I'm doing is just one row. I'm just going to do one row, and I'm going to make it like a little long pillow, and I'm going to put it in for decoration. I'm just going to stick it somewhere as a little decoration. That's what I'm going to do with mine. But I think I'm going to keep it all in yellow and green with maybe a little bit of the blue. So that is all. I'm only going to use 3 colors and just do that long skinny. And this piece of fabric is the one that I over dyed. Remember the back looks like this? Well, that's too intense for this little project. So I'm doing the front side. I'm going to use the back to do something else. And I've got needles threaded up inside my little case. So I'm all ready to go. And whoops, and keep up with, heck, I've just like one little image every 2 weeks. I think I can do it. Famous last words. But I also want to show you 2 other cross stitch things. First of all, for those of you who love doing the cross stitch, there is a sew along for this one, which is Home Sweet Home, and it's in April. So it's in 4 parts, I think. So like once a week in April, you will sew like a section of this one with the Fat Quarter Shop. And the patterns are available. There's, hold on. Should have brought all this up with me, I forgot. So it's on this light blue Ada, and then there's also a kit of floss. So I'll link you to all that, because you might want to sew along, stitch along in April. I will have to be working on the next book in April, so I won't be able to do that one because it'll be too distracting. But it's so cute. I love those houses, so I'm going to put it on my list for later, my long cross-stitch list for later. And I found a new designer that I wanted to show you for cross-stitch named Barbara Ann. And you may have seen her things, but I love this Halloween one. That's the basket with there's just a little bit of Halloween things in the basket. And then she also does these trees. She does lots of different things, but she also does these trees. And this Christmas one is so darling. Little snow on the branches, and she has a Halloween or a fall tree one also. So I will link you down below in the description box. You can go over to see those at the Fat Quarter Shop. They just got in a few of them, but I really like them. I'd like to put that fall basket on my list. I'd like to get that one and do it. Always so many projects. And so for UFO Friday, tell me what you are working on. Leave a comment, show it. If you're going to be working on the world peace on tomorrow, on Saturday, we're going to be showing pictures in the group. I will be doing a bunch of pictures as I'm sort of going along. I'll pop them in there. Now the video on Saturday, I won't have made any of this yet because I'll tape the video on Friday, but I will show it on Monday what I got done. All right, my friend, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for subscribing, which is right down below. I love you. Mwah. See you online.